Now, for joint intent, keep in mind, just a reminder, this applies to all type of credit, consumer credit, commercial credit, ag credit, and really the joint applicant is somebody who applies at the same time to be liable for this credit. Okay. And we have to document this at the time of the application. And what do we need to document that, right? Because as an auditor, if I was coming in or if I was an examiner, I would want to see the date of your request for credit, and then I would want to see documentation that you had the joint intent documented as of that date. Okay. Now, you can do this in a number of different ways. You can have them both sign the application saying that they attest to it, but you don't have to have it signed. There's no requirement that it just needs to be documented. Okay. Couple of things. Like if you have an attestation that is just basically affirming the information is correct, or like a joint income statement, the question is, what are they signing? Are they just signing to say everything in this, everything in this document is true and accurate and up to date? That's not requesting to be bound legally to a credit agreement. Okay, those are two different things. So if you're relying on your joint, credit statement or something along those lines, that's not joint intent. Okay. If it's the legal note and they're just signing and say, well, obviously they meant to be joint applicants because they both signed the note. That's not good enough because they know that there's some inherent pressure at the closing table to sign all the documents that are in there. So financial statements, things along those lines, that doesn't evidence joint intent. They need something else. Okay. Also, keep in mind the regulators, it seems like it's such a technical thing. They're not screwing around on this. They say, okay, if you aren't documenting joint intent correctly, best case scenario, it's bad documentation. Worst case scenario, it's illegal discrimination, and maybe we should have the Justice Department look at it. So I've got it in the italics in your materials there if you want to go and read more. Now, what type of documentation do we need to see? Well, you actually have some flexibility. If you have a signed form or an attestation saying, yes, we both applied for joint credit, great. Maybe you have an application where they can both sign and say, yep, we're both applying. That's great. But you don't have to have anything specific like that. But what happens with a telephone call and somebody calls in and I say, yes, both myself and this other person are going to apply for this credit? Well, in the absence of one of those forms, I'm not physically there to sign anything. It could be a note in your file where you say, yes, I talked to Kevin. Kevin said he wanted to apply for this loan. He said this other person was also going to apply. That's good enough from a regulatory perspective. Now, internally, you might have different documentation standards, and that's on every financial institution to figure out how you're going to document this because it's very important.